money, sustenance, stomach chakra. It's actually to awaken the Kundalini.
Anytime that we're in front of a lake, we seem to like want to talk about, well, I do, is UFOs. And it's so hard to explain what I was seeing.
There. Because in your case it came from the third eye. In my case it came with the crown chakra. Regarding wealth, I mean, you and I both want to achieve it, but just as we were saying, God is not going to lift a finger for us, and the law of attraction doesn't work the way we're told it works. It works radically different. You want wealth, not only you work on opening the chakras, and if to be technical, we talk about the stomach chakra, Manipura, Nabi, or remember them in the Tree of Life? Mm-hmm. They're called Netzach Hod.
Okay, so my question was, before I forget it, it's the reason why I turned her on. That's okay. Is that so for me, I need to open up my chakras. Now, my third one is open.
They're not fully open. Open means a lot more than open. Open means on so many levels. So many levels open. It's open with regards to one thing, closed with regards to another. So it's open with regards to seeing things, intuition. It's open with regards to seeing auras, let's say. But in terms of, let's say, clairvoyancy, or maybe other things that you want to achieve, they're not open. You have to open those faculties within. Each chakra has many attributes, many faculties. All of them have to be open. So it's not like an opening like that and that's it. It's a lot of openings.
Okay, so if you do out-of-body experience, what chakra? That's... Here. Okay. All right.
So that is open.
So that's always been open.
That's always been open.
I used to do that all the time when I was a child.
I need to see on camera. You're not.
I'm good like this.
I like you on camera. I cannot put anything like that on YouTube where there's a half a person.
Yes, you can.
No, I cannot.
Okay. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So out of body is this one. Out
of body, this one, also part of the heart, but it's mainly third eye. And there's even a crown chakra association. Okay, so that's out of body. Money, sustenance, stomach chakra. Okay, just because you say chakras are open, they're not fully open. There's so many faculties that need to be unlocked within them.
Okay, so then how many of mine need to be open?
All of them forever. It's not just yours, it's everybody's.
I understand that, but we're working on this journey.
This journey
is about me as well to open up my chakras, or learn to, and do the meditation and stuff like that, right? So,
in our attainment of wealth and getting Zen Shadows working.
Yes, can't have that on there, can you?
Why not?
All right.
Raw.
Yes, it is raw.
Raw.
All right, so continue with okay, so which one are you wearing now of your shirts?
So this one is actually probably corresponds to the Enoch, which hopefully we'll get to do later on today. This would be the fourth pentacle of Saturn. Okay, it's actually to awaken the Kundalini. It's got a mantra here, O Israel, God is the Lord, God is one, with the name Yahweh, which is Yahweh.
So for me, I would like to have one of these, and how would I go about that?
www.zenshadows.com or www.zenshadowcreations.com.
Yeah, because that's actually quite eye-catching. I love it.
Thank you very much. Feel free to get yours. Look for discounts. Look for discount code 25 off.
Alrighty. So to the next subject.
Money.
I think we hit upon the money. Jupiter. So what does Jupiter have to?
I don't have Jupiter here, but this is for Saturn. I don't have Saturn. Yes. Yeah, Jupiter designs are coming actually.
Are they?
Yeah. So remember.
So we do have a couple of other.
We have a lot actually. We have almost 7 designs per planet.
That's amazing. Oh, and I will be getting into them and introducing them.
That's my CEO, by the way.
Once we get everything all organized.
Yeah, we got a website, of course.
Yes. because we're still kind of raw.
We're still raw, we're still new. We're building audience for our channel, and it's going to be very deep.
Yes.
Very good.
Suggestions are always a welcome.
Yes, leave your comments, of course.
Yes.
We'll answer them.
Please like and
Subscribe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And?
What else there?
What else? Wow.
What should we talk about?
What should we talk about?
Anytime that we're in front of a lake, we seem to like want to talk about, well, I do, is UFO stuff.
Because we actually invoke them, would you say? Or attract them? Or
I believe we do attract them.
Yes.
'Cause every time that we are, near big bodies of water,
they seem to gravitate towards us.
yeah, we always seem to find or see, experience weird things. So, and I'm thankful that I have a witness.
And I'm thankful that she dragged me to do it, because she told me about him all the time and her past experience, and she dragged me into it. I avoided it, not completely, as you can see, as you can hear. We're talking about our experience, and actually we should tell them about the experience that we had together, and that was quite sublime. Do you remember?
Well, which one are you talking about?
The one at Barry on the lake by the docks.
Oh, where I got really sick?
No, the better one.
The better one.
When we saw the UFO together, we experienced this subtle talk in my head through the crown chakra.
Yes.
And in your case came through the
my third
eye.
My third eye. I was struggling to see its true form, and my brain was actually overworking trying to give it some kind of a structure that would be familiar, like within, I guess, our planet. And they say that for every your brain does that automatically. You'll see a face in certain things. So my brain was scrambling and really trying to focus on what I was seeing. It is so hard to explain what I was seeing. And then all of a sudden it went into this beautiful purplish kind of pink, I can't even describe the color, form into a structure of a face. Not quite human, but close enough. And it smiled when I finally was able to focus on its face structure instead of my brain trying to figure out what its true form looked like. It's so hard to explain. It sounds crazy, but...
Well, not if you're there. Because in your case, it came from the third eye. In my case, it came through the crown chakra. So I saw pure white light. And you saw a face, something that you can recognize it. So
relate to, so that my brain could calm down and think other things.
Yeah, and at least put a form and understanding to it.
Yes.
So let's actually paint a picture. The way it happened was one time, Ava and myself, we were on a dock. It was probably 1 a.m, dark, clear sky. And she talked me into invoking UFOs, just like Dr. Stephen Greer does in his movie Fifth Kind, right?
I've never done it before either. I was curious.
Yes, and just to give you guys a background, she's very intuitive with ability to attract the others. And myself, I'm heavily into meditation, especially Kundalini center column of the Tree of Life. So we definitely have... let's go spiritual guidance, spiritual abilities, and combined our spiritual abilities together definitely produced UFO invocation.
Yes. Didn't think it was going to happen, but...
No, but it actually happened rather suddenly.
Yeah, very quickly. It was almost like if they were waiting for us. And I'm saying that just because of the week and before, when I had that bad experience, because I'm sitting there and I'm meditating, and I started feeling more and more nauseous and sick. And as I didn't know this, he was watching something in the water coming towards us.
Like a glowing ball of light moving in the water for a good 15 seconds I saw it, which is quite a long time.
I opened my eyes and I saw the light and I felt like I was going to puke. So I said to him, something was wrong. I said, no, this is not right. This is not a good one. That's for sure. Everything in my I'm going to say my stomach, because it was all in my stomach. It wanted me to upchuck. It was horrible feeling, and just darkness.
We had to leave.
I had to leave. And the further I got away from that, and this is the thing, when it noticed that I noticed it, that's when the light went out.
And it disappeared. So we left.
We left.
But a week later, that's when we had our amazing experience.
And this time, I think they were actually waiting for us. Because it just happened so quickly. It happened so fast and smooth and no fear.
No, just actually a lot of comfort.
It was kind of comforting, and I had no fear. It was like, the way that somebody told me was that they're afraid of scaring us. So it'd be like us approaching a rabbit, a wild rabbit. You'd go very slowly. You don't want to scare it away. You want to see it, and like, you know what I mean? But you don't want to scare it away. So I think we're like the rabbits, and they don't want to scare us. So they're very...
compared to them, we're a lower form of life.
True, especially the one that came to visit us that night, because it was pure energy.
So let's give more description. What happened when the one came to visit us? So to me, like we said earlier, it came from the crown chakra. And in a meditative state, I saw this pure white light. In her case, it came in through the third eye, and it manifested as a face-looking kind of entity. What was interesting is that we were sitting together at the lake meditating, and as soon as she grabbed my hand, it was as if the light from my side went to hers. And from your side, I believe, it went to mine, and it formed a bridge of light between us.
All I know is I got smacked in the face with this beautiful light.
Beautiful indeed.
It smacked me hard, and it was warm, and it was like I'd never experienced anything like that before, and it was amazing. Man, it just, certain things happen to you, and then
now
I have to believe.
You
like,
have to, yes.
I have to believe. I experienced something that I cannot explain.
No, but we could if you're there, or if somebody else experienced that. Now, the emotional state was extremely high, but the vibrational frequency of our chakras, that we need to talk about. I felt what is called in the mystical literature the Merkaba. Now, we talk about the human Merkaba, not the cosmic Merkaba that you see in Enoch. What the Merkaba is that when you have the Kundalini coming from your heart chakra and forming a three-dimensional tetrahedron around you. Tetrahedron, think of it as a three-dimensional triangle up, going down from above, and a three-dimensional triangle going from below above. It's almost like a Star of David, but in a three-dimensional Star of David coming from here. I was surrounded by energy ball. And I believe you were in such an ecstatic state, you were full of Kundalini at the time, to the point that you were just...
You don't care what's
high.
around
You don't care,
you.
that's right.
You're happy. It is like this natural drug that you're not even numb. You're like soft and light and just...
intoxicated, right? Like the elixir, would you say? Like an elixir
man,
kind of drug?
Man, it was just amazing. It's like... It was amazing.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. The ones that we encountered are the good guys. It have to be the good guys.
You seem like they were the good guys because our intentions were extremely pure. We had no adulterated thoughts, ideas, purposes. We went with an open mind, and they responded.
Yeah.
They responded so quickly.
Honestly, I didn't think it was going to work. I thought that maybe we'd had to practice, but I mean, like, that was pretty much the second try.
Well, we did practice in a way, not intentionally to call them. We did meditation.
Yes.
We worked on our chakras, and that was the prelude. The opening of the Pandora box, can we say?
Yes.
Opening of the vault, the treasure vault, and they saw it.
Yeah.
Because they look at us from a higher dimensional reality.
They want to help you. Some, well, not all of them. Because, I mean, I hear some stories of some of the others, and that's scary. I don't want nothing to do with them at all. But there's some of them who want to help us get into that higher realm of our meditations and guidance and stuff. Oh, I'm just, like, so excited and stoked about this.
I know.
I really am. After, like, that, it was like, oh, I have to do some more. I want to open up all my chakras now, and
Yes.
I want that experience. That was amazing.
That was, and this is going to be a prelude because Ava and myself will be doing a lot of meditation. We'll be filming how we work on our chakras, giving tips how to work on each chakra individually, what name to chant, what mantra, the physical side of them, the spiritual side of them, how to invoke the ecstasy that's already dormant, latent within us in each of the chakras. And yes, it is that ecstasy, it's that bliss and the joy that will give you not just an ecstatic state, but a higher level of consciousness. So you will just not learn about God, you will know God. Big difference between the two, experiential versus academic.
Well, actually, that's kind of true. I'm new to this, and I'm learning as I go as well.
But yet you're natural.
I am. Well, I believe, honestly, that, I grew up with parents who were not religious whatsoever, never preached anything about God or Jesus. Yes, we did the Christmas thing, but I think they just did it because everybody else does it kind of thing, right?
Symbolic,
It wasn't for, but me, ever since I was little, I always had Yah in my heart, so... And who knew that it would actually get stronger as I got older? But on a different level, it's like I just know him in a different way. Especially now, in the time that we're living, a lot of scary things are happening out there for other people. I'm actually not really worried about it because we win.
We always win at the end.
Yeah, we're gonna win. So if this is real biblical stuff going down,
Biblical monumental proportions, yeah.
hugely, I'm glad I'm here to witness it. I am, so, because I'm telling you people, this stuff is going down. You better be on the right side.
Yeah.
You better be in a good place with Yah, see too. So.
I hope we're on his good side. I truly believe we are. And the mechanism was put into us since the beginning of time. That's a tree of life within. That's your human right. It's our chakra system. All 7 chakras, all 10 chakras, depends how you view things. And that is our ladder of ascent. That is our ladder to ascend above all the chaos that's going on, to be in line with the divine will, as they say, to be in line with divine providence. That's how you control your karma. That's how you control, or I should say, be on the right side of the events currently unrolling in our history.
Yeah, that's for sure. Don't have fear. Don't
Absolutely
fear
not.
it. No, that's what feeds it. And it's so funny because when I was younger, I was told by a psychic not to be afraid of the things that you don't know because you feed it. It lives off of your energy of fear.
Yes.
And I was like, she was actually, after that, I was never afraid of the dark. Ever. I was like, because I had the power. She told me, you have the power. Actually, they fear you more than anything. They fear you knowing that you know them and that you have the power over them. And I was like, whoa. I was in my teens. It was perfect timing for her to tell me things like that, right? So it stayed with me.
Was it preparing you for this time, right? Or giving you knowledge that you can use at this time.
Exactly. So some of these psychics, like she was pretty well known. You know, Niagara Falls used her for missing people and stuff like that. She was a lovely religious woman. So, but she never preached it, and she was a true beast. She said some stuff that I wish my mother wasn't sitting there. I didn't want my mother to know. Yes, my face must have hit the table because as she was saying it, she realized as she was reading that my mother didn't know.
That's good. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble. That ride home was like, why didn't you tell me? You should have told me. I would have been all right. Well, some things you just don't tell.
Yeah.
We were very close, right? I used to tell her everything, so... But, you know, there's some stuff you want to just keep to yourself. She had no business telling my mother. So...
It's okay. I don't think
but
the intention was there.
Yeah, she told me not to fear at all. They're afraid of you. They want your flesh.
Yeah. They not just want your flesh, they want your life force energy.
Yeah.
That's what feeds them, whether they're within the government, outside the government, just so-called the negative force in the air or within other people. It's your life force energy that they're after.
Well, you know how they say that, the ones that don't worship Yah, I don't even know if we're allowed to say that because of
Go for it.
censorship,
Yeah, no.
the Satan people.
Yeah, Satanists, or what do you call them? The dark forces.
Yeah, okay, we can use dark forces,
Dark
right?
forces.
They're had to put it out there. They weren't allowed to have it in secret. So I had that psychic tell me that kind of stuff. And then it's like years later, they start coming out with movies. For
Most-
example, look at Supernatural.
Oh,
Most of that stuff on that show
is
is
based on reality.
truly,
Mm-hmm.
even how to protect yourself from them. So they had to put it out there. Now that's the time that we're living right now, and we're hearing all that kind of stuff. It makes me want to watch Supernatural again so that I can pick up some more of the stuff to protect us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many things out there. Like now I look at horror stuff, and how many things of ghosts and stuff like that were true. Like they said that that movie, The Entity,
Oh, that was actually based on a true story.
right?
Right.
They even had scientists trying to trap that entity and everything.
Yes,
And
there's a
it's
documentary about it. I got a
it's the-
documentary.
exactly.
Yes.
Like that's real. And the scientists won't, you know how they, no, there's no such ghost. But they're like, we can't explain this.
Yeah.
We caught something. We can't tell you what we caught, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind
So
of.
it's like the denial that kicks in. No, no, no. Even though I see it, no, no, no.
Yeah, but see, this is what gets me.
Hmm.
How they put it fictional.
Disclosure. Does it
It's
sound like a
not.
disclosure?
There's lots of stuff out there in movies that is the truth.
Very much so. You think about movies come out of your imagination. Even time travel. Think about it in the 60s. Oh, that was just like a joke. Now you can mathematically prove it. And who knows? Government definitely has the technology to make it happen. As far as we know, as far as we think. Like, who knows what's going on those dark projects behind closed doors?
Messing with things that they shouldn't mess with. And it's sending our creator down here saying, think not. I'm going to put a stop to this now.
Doesn't that remind you of a historical biblical event of some sort? Like Noah's Ark, maybe?
Noah's Ark.
So-
That movie was I really liked the remake movie that they did.
It was nice. They touched up on a few accurate things.
Yeah, they did. They give you a little bit of history of how it was, like how they didn't eat meat. They were vegetarians.
That's correct.
They were totally vegans. How they made a statement when the son, was it Ham?
Ham.
Ham said, well, why did they eat it, right? Or why did they kill it? And it
For
was
him, that was
Sham.
foreign, that's right.
Sham said, because they eat it. And the father had to explain that it was because they believe that they're stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Which, isn't that a science that we are stronger because we eat meat, though?
That's what they say. You do see a lot of bodybuilders swear by it, like red meat, hardcore protein makes stronger. I mean, yeah, some people swear by it. And if you do look at vegans today, they do look kind of white and sick. And
They
cannot...
do, like, no offense, but they look very weak.
Come closer.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They do look very weak.
They do. Like when Bill Clinton, you can probably Google those images on the internet. He was vegan for a while. Man, he was as white as a ghost and skinny as a toothpick.
When I was working in the daycare, we looked after a little girl. The family was vegan, and they were almost like a gray, like, kind of like that.
Yeah, if they don't take extra supplements, they definitely don't get all the stuff from food. So maybe we do need meat in our current consciousness.
Well, I think so. I think over time we adapted our bodies through generation
we
and
did.
generation. Now it's just part of our system, and it's like we still need our vegetables,
Of course.
like, of course, but we also had to add meat to our diet.
We did, although interesting, if let's say Hindus would be listening to this conversation, they can definitely have a good counter argument why they don't eat meat. Because a lot of Hindus, especially religious ones, they're very vegetarian.
From my understanding, you're more spiritual if you do not eat meat.
Supposedly true.
They say that you're heavier, or because you're
Meat
eating
does
flesh.
ground you, yes. It
You're
does
eating
ground you.
flesh, so
Correct.
you're not supposed to eat flesh. Well, after Noah, going back to Noah,
Correct.
things changed.
Things did, and there was a separation between man and beast. So do you remember the story? Noah sends the dove, finds land, brings like a branch, I think,
Yeah.
finds land, and then
Peace
there's
branch.
correct, peace branch, and then there's a
It
divine
was an olive branch, by the way.
olive branch. Thank you. But then remember there was a divine edict, almost like when God said, "Now you can eat meat." That's what the Bible says. But within the Kabbalah, what's it called, frame of reference system, whatever you want to call it, knowledge, it actually talks about genetic change within humanity, where man was actually able to eat meat. So that was the first time, documented first time, that our biology changed to where we can actually consume animal flesh.
So, is the rule still the same about not eating hooves?
Yeah, at the time, remember the whole thing, you talk about kosher law, that came later, but that God gave permission to eat certain animals at the time.
Right.
Maybe they were kosher, I don't know, but yes, you were allowed to eat flesh.
Right. So, we were changed, and then
Genetic change took place during the
just
days
to
of
eat
Noah.
meat.
Well, think about it. Also, notice it says that mankind did not live long after that. There was a slow, gradual change where mankind from 1,000 years started living 700, 600, 500, 120.
Yes, because our bodies are designed today, as in we speaking, to 120 years. We just don't look after our bodies the way we're supposed to. 120 years. The average now is what, 80 for people?
Barely 80 years
yeah,
old.
so like that's crazy.
Yeah, and all the GMO foods that we eat. And
So that garbage, then Coke
crap.
and stick with water, people.
I know, for the camera I say water, but I do drink Coke, not Pepsi.
I drink Coke once in a while. Well,
Pepsi fired me. No, they let me go politely, outsource my
you
job.
need to cut that part out.
Never.
Yes, you could be sued for using Pepsi's name.
I'll worry about it later, but you're right.
But I support Coke.
Me too now. And I was a fool to support Pepsi. But yeah, so we did have a genetic change within us during biblical times, during the days of Noah, where our bodies slowly became adapted to eat flesh. And there was another interesting thing about Noah that, yeah, let's reveal to the camera, or you want to take a break.
What are you talking
I
about?
see you going for a smoke. I thought you want to take a break.
Well,
Thank you.
now I will.
No, we don't have
See you later.
to. See. If you like to see more videos like this, please consider supporting our work by visiting the Zen Shadows website at www.zenshadows.com. It is a rapidly growing clothing line designed by Ava and myself to enhance the meditative experience. So the seeker, the practitioner will actually embody by wearing the symbol that they're meditating upon on their clothes on themselves, and this way the meditative process, the alchemical process, gets internalized, and it does really work in terms of enhancing the meditation. So with that being said, check this out.
Very smoothly. My arms just slip through very easily. It's very beautifully designed. And it's very comfortable. You can wear it anywhere. You can sleep with it.
So thank you guys so much for joining us here. This was a small taste of things to come. Please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and feel free to leave your comments and questions as well. We read them all. Best of luck, stay safe, stay connected, and we'll see you guys in the next video.